Hello, welcome in our geography session. Next video of a chapter 2, population part 2. There is a fourth point, that is a occupational structure of a population. Now occupational structure means where a population of that region is engaged in activities, some working activities. Now the capacity of working of a people can be developed, or a person can develop after 40 years, means the working population age group is start from 15 years of old to 59 years age is a group of working population, age group of working population, because after 60 the working capacity is also reduced, and before 50 the working capacity is also less. That's why the 15 to 59 is a working population age group is there. Now about occupation. The structure of occupation is related on the types of occupation. A population which is engaged in a different types of occupation is responsible for the development of occupational structure. Primary occupation, secondary occupation, and third tertiary and quaternary occupation. These are the types of occupation. About the primary occupation, there is a low level of economy and high population is also there. And secondary and tertiary occupation, there is a high level of economy and high population is there. And tertiary and quaternary occupation, there is also high level of economy but low population is there. So these occupations are directly affect on the population growth, population density, and the economical level of a region. That's why the study of occupational structure is an important study in a population. This chart shows a year, then 1901, then 1951 to the 2001 and 2011. There are primary sector, secondary sector, and tertiary sector is there. In a primary sector, the cultivators, agricultural labor, livestock, forestry, fishing worker is there, as well as mining and quarrying activities are there. In secondary sector, manufacturing and construction activity is there. In tertiary, trade and commerce, transportation, storage, communications, and many other services are included in a tertiary sectors. Now primary and secondary occupation is responsible for the high population density. The maximum density is related with the primary sector. Then somewhere also good population density or high population density in a industrial sector also, and due to the construction activity, it both are also support to the high population density. Then tertiary sector is responsible for low population growth and low population density, because there is a very less need of working force. Almost a owner is use his efforts for the income purpose. For example, teachers, doctor, they use their own efforts for a development of their business. That's why the importance is also goes to with the owner of that activity. That's why the population density is very low in this third sector. Now there are some questions in a textbook. For example, what does the table shows? Now this table shows the occupational structure of India 1901 to 2011. Then which sector has the highest occupation and in which year? almost the primary sector have a high population. That maximum population we can observe 72.7% population is there. No one figure is related with near to this figure. Only in 1901 70.1.9, but after independence this number is increased and 72.7% population is engaged with the primary sector. So this year 1951 and the population engaged with the primary sector. Then third question. Which sector has the lowest occupation in which year? Almost secondary sector. In 1951, there is only 10% population is engaged in secondary sector because this population turns toward the primary agriculture. Then next question. In which sector is a working population increases? Almost, if we discuss about the primary, secondary and tertiary, then we can say in a tertiary sector the working population is increases. It goes on the 15 to 27.52. But this is also increased, but it is not more than 24. So 27 is the highest increase in the population related with that sector. About primary sector, the population engaged with the primary sector is decreasing from 1951 to 2011. It is goes on 48 point decrease on the 48.96 only. So the tertiary sector is responsible for the increasing working population. Now next question. In which sector is the working population occupation decreasing? Almost this primary sector. The population which is engaged in a primary sector is decreasing. Now there is one more question, that draw a suitable diagram for the statistical information showing A, B, C columns from 1909 to 2011. Then you can use a graph to represent this data. Then with the help of this information, we can say the primary sector, if we observe these all figures 1, 2 and 3 from 3 sectors, at that time we can say till about the India, the people, the maximum population is engaged in a primary sector. Almost it is decreasing compared to 1901 to 2011. Compare with our previous stage. In 1901, the figure is changed. The population is decreasing in primary, but till now we can say the Indian population is engaged with the primary sector activities. Then secondary and tertiary sector is also increasing, and it is responsible for the decreasing population engaged with the primary sector. And one more thing, at the time of 1901, our economy is very less developed and poor. But nowadays, if we observe the economical level of India in the world, it is also increased, and we are one of the developing country in the world. So in this way we can discuss this point. Now the last point of is there. that is rural urban occupation. Now rural and urban rural urban composition is also one of the important part of population distribution in a region. If we observe a urban area, then we can observe some important characteristics related with the population in urban center. There is a high population is there. First of all, density. High density we can observe in urban centers. Then low population density in a rural area, as well as about the age structure. In a rural area we can observe there are some children's and old population proportion is a high compared to working population. But in urban center we can observe there is a young population is in a higher proportion, because of the maximum young people are migrate from rural area to urban area for a job purpose. Then about sex ratio, we can observe higher sex ratio in a rural area, because young people migrate from rural area to urban area. At that time, the sex ratio is maintained in a rural area and it is decreasing in a urban centers. About culture, almost rural area have the traditional culture and urban area have modern type of culture is there. Then occupations is also different related with the urban and rural centers. Almost the population, 80% population of rural centers is engaged in a primary activities. Almost agriculture, mining, fishing, forest material gathering and other activities are practiced in rural area. And in urban area, almost secondary and tertiary occupation is there. Manufacturing, trade, transportation, banking and other facilities are developed in a urban center. So about the rural and urban composition, we can say with the urban population high density, rural population low density. About the sex ratio, age structure is also different in a rural and urban composition. Okay, in this way we finish this both point here, and thank you.